everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I've got something a little bit different for you. I've invented a 3-tier, it's going to be really difficult for me to do under this phone camera. I've invented a 3-tier stand for your greeting card displays at your craft stalls, your fairs, your market stalls or tabletop sales, anything like that you do. I'm just going to remove the cards that I've put in here. Some of them you'll recognise from they're all from my YouTube channel. So I'm just going to move those out of the way a second and I'll be able to show you a little bit better the stand. So it's got 3 tiers, it's got lips to stop the cards from falling on all 3 levels, but the best thing about it is I've made it collapsible. So you know when you go into all these craft fairs and you want to pack up your cards and things like that, and then you've got these great big stands to put in the back of your car. Well, not anymore, because that folds pretty flat. And as you can see there, it's about 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 by 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 28 centimetres square. So it's not a big thing to carry around. So it's really cool. It just comes together really easily. Just fold around the sides. You're not going to be able to see very well. I'll slot the side sections into there and the front into there, and then it's all together. Really nice sturdy little display stand. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Well, I have done all of this tutorial in centimetres this time, and also I've used A4 sheets. I can probably work it out in inches later, and if I do another demonstration or work it out, then I will let you know in the description. So just check back or push the notification bell so that you see my future videos. So out of 1 sheet of A4, you're going to need quite a lot of sheets of A4. I think I worked it out at 7 or 8, but that's really inexpensive, because as long as you're getting quite a good weight, 250 plus in GSM terms, then you're going to be able to construct this box. As you can see, I am wearing the claw that I used earlier. So you're going to need 2 strips. You can get this out of A4, you just do it, put it on landscape, cut it at 7, cut it at 14, and then you just need 2 that are just under 10 by 7 and 2 pieces that are just under 6 by 14. Okay, so you just cut those down. You've got those ready for when we need them. You get those ready, and then we'll just take our first sheet of A4, and what we're going to do first of all is we're going to make the base. Now most of the time the card is going to be around this way. I think it's only when I do the sides that you lay your card on the scoring board the other way. So just bear that in mind. And our first scores for the base are at 2, at 4 and at 19. So 2, 4 and 19 for the base. The back is just a plain sheet of A4. I might do, no I won't, because that's going to get in the way. I'll leave the scoreboard here, so hopefully that will give us a bit of a background for what we're doing anyway. I'll do it methodically. So we just need to, because why I wanted to move the scoreboard is if you run a scoreboard along somewhere where there's scores, you get little divots and dents in the paper. So try and do it that way if you've got to do this. Obviously this is for demonstration purposes. So both of these are going to fold up towards the sky or the ceiling. Be as dramatic as you like. You can do the galaxy, you can do the moon, whatever floats your boat. So there we go, they're all going upwards like that. So you've got 3 scores that go up like that. Now on the bottom front here, very important, you need a narrow tape. Okay, you want it to be less than about half a centimetre or less really. So this is quite a thin, strong red liner tape. Now I'm using a mixture of things. I'm using finger lift tape, red liner tape and wet glue. Okay, so that's what I'm using, and I suggest you do the same, because there's certain parts of this where it's not difficult, maybe a little bit fiddly, but it's more that tape is an instant tack. So if you've put it in the wrong place and you're working with some large pieces, it's really difficult to shift it. You end up sort of breaking it. How do I know this? Yes, I did it. So we just remove that tape there, and we're just going to fold it over to that first section. Okay, so just that one over to the other, and that goes like that. And the only other thing to do is to add the back. So the back is going to be stood like this, upright. So if you lay the back down and then butt this up to it like this, and you can use wet glue or you can just use tape and fold it over, but you want it to be in line and straight. So if you're happier to use wet glue, which I always am, then do that. Some of it I'll do for speed, but as you can see I'm using my scoreboard as a guide so I can really butt these up together. Pop the glue onto the back of this fold, so we've got the two coming up, and then we've still got an up fold on this base piece, and we're going to apply wet glue to that. You can see it's moved already, and we really want this to be precise as well as you can get it. So just run your glue along there, make sure you've got enough on there, and then you can either fold it down or you can lift your card out, whichever way you prefer it. I'm just going to do it this way, make sure it's all in line like so, and the check before you really glue it down is to fold it over and make sure that these edges here are in line. So make sure they're all in line, and that looks really good, so I'm happy with that. So I'm going to take my scoring tool, which is covered in glue from where I made the demo one, and just make sure that that's all stuck down nice. So we can set that to the side for the moment. That's our back piece done. Just pop it over here and hopefully it won't keep falling into view. Get someone to prop it up, and we'll take another piece. So now what we're going to do is we're going to work on the sides. Yeah, let's work on the sides. They're a little bit more, well, not awkward. It's not, nothing about it is awkward. I don't want to keep saying that. So all you're going to do is score down at 3, at 6, and then at 21. So 3, 6 and 21. Now this is the only time the cardstock is landscape on your scoreboard. 3, 6 and 21. Then you're going to spin it around and you're going to score at 1 just down to that second line. So where the 6th line was there, we're just going to score at 1 and 2. Okay, so we've just got a score line here. These are only really for cutting. 1 and 2, 3 and 6. Okay, and then where this point is here, so where we've got the 1 and the 2 and you've come 6 in, that point there is going to come over to this score line here. The way I like to do that is I pop it on my board and I can see that the 6 crosses, those two little bits there, cross there. So I'm going to hold my scoring tool there and spin this cardstock around until it's on the same line. So now I can score. Now let me just get that into view so you can see. So just make sure that that and that, so you can draw, let me draw a line so you can see. It won't matter. I want you to be able to see this. I'm just going to put the lines on because I know in the past you've said it's really helped. So we've got there to there. So what we've done, I know that's a pen so you can see it, so we've gone from there and the pen didn't work. So we've got our score line here, we've got a 1 and a 2 score line there, so we've got a 1 and a 2, and then that was our 6-inch score that goes all, oops, wonky donkey. Let's put it on. I'm going to draw it all. 3, I know it's wonky but at least it's something. 3, 6 and 21. Okay, so that's what we did, 3, 6 and 21. So that's what we've got. Now what we're going to do is cut away this diamond shape. I'm going to cut that off. That is not needed, neither is that, but just to make it a little easier when I get to the end, I'm going to just cut along this diagonal line now. Let's just go along here, like so, all the way to that point there. This is going to really smudge this pen. Use the wrong sort of pen, didn't I? And then just do that to get rid of some of the weight. We don't want to put too much pressure on that join. What's done bin? Oh, I've left it elsewhere. And now we're going to cut along this top line here and this line here, and finally this one. just snip that one piece off. This method in my madness, it will all come to whatever. I have no words, obviously. Okay, so now I'm just going to put a bit of this tape. This just about fits the finger lift tape along there. Make sure I don't go over that bit. So it's literally just on this tab. And you can use glue again, like I say. So just peel that off. And where we've got that score line, and see the tape overhanging there, just fold it in. Don't want any overhanging tape. It was a little bit wide. And then fold that in half where the score line is. Down to there, like so. And just give it a squash. Make sure it's all in. Make sure that end is nice and flat as well. And then this one. Now you're going to have two of these. So one you're going to fold this way, and one you're going to fold that way. Now I made one earlier, and I folded it that way, so I need this one. So you can see they are identical if you're using white plain card. If you're using a pattern card on one side only, you're going to need to flip it before you cut it. So we're going to do that, making sure that it's all level, and that goes on there. And I put these on the end now. On my first prototype I didn't, but there was a lot of flappiness going on around me, and it was a lot easier to just do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these two long pieces, which are just under 6 by 14, and we're going to score them in half. So we're going to score them at 7 like this. Fold them in half. Reinforce the score line. Do the same on the other one. And then again I'm going to use the finger lift tape because it's quick, and only one half of that has tape on it. So 1, 2, 3. That nearly stuck to itself. 1, 2, 3. Now what I'm going to do is pop this card. So you've got this foldy bit here. You can fold it to the back if you want, so it's not in the way. But then that might make that spring out of me. I thought it might. So I'm just going to put it into the edge like this. So I've got a rough guide of where I'm going to put this. So I want to come 1 centimetre in from that long fold line and put this on. 1, 2, oops, and 3. So I found a need for this because obviously when you go to these sales it's really difficult to display things nicely. So all you're going to do is 1 centimetre in. So I'm using my score board, so I've got the score line up against the edge, and then 1 centimetre in, or a little bit more, between those two really. So centre of the 2 marks that you see, pop that down. Okay, now what you'll see is this is overhanging this section here. Now where it does that, just take your scissors and don't worry about it. Make it a little bit smaller, and it doesn't have to be straight. It doesn't matter. Just chop that bit off and put that to one side. Same with this one. Just make sure I've got them opposite now because I'm not sure which way I folded it in. So yeah, that's right. I want it to be one that way and one that way. So this one has to go down the bottom this side, so you can go to the other side of your scoreboard. Well, no, that's actually not true, is it? Because there's a little bit out. So we'll do that in a second. I'll just take the tape off. Turn it up the other way. 1, 2, 3. So we can put it on this way, and then do the same thing, but just got to remember to put it at the top, not the bottom. And then again, just slightly in from that 1 centimetre mark, like so. Try and get it level at the bottom. And then again we've got the overhang. We're just going to snip that off in the same sort of direction. So there's our second one of those done. It doesn't take long to make these, pretty good. So now we're going back to having our card this way, and we're going to make the sections that go in the middle where the card stands are. So our first one's going to be done at, let's say, yeah, we'll do the top one first. So we're going to score this one at, what's it, 1, 6, 7, 15 and 20. So 1, 6, 7, 15 and 20. Now what you'll find out is you're going to have two together on these. Now when there's two together, that means that it's going to be the lip part of it. Okay, so this section is going to come up, so all the scores are going to go up apart from the third one along, and that's going to go the other way. So we'll do that one first, not you, this one. So the third one along is a mountain and all the others are valley. So just carefully fold that over. I will start in the middle and work my way out, as you can see, like that. Just get them all going like this, and then I'll reinforce some more. So I go back in. So you've got it going without ruining the sideline. Can't remember which one went which way now. Third one, wasn't it? It's got to be that one. I think I've done that one both. Oh, sorry, stop. Wibble wobble. That one. Feel like you're on a boat. Okay. So what this is the sections that you see here. You're gonna, when you glue that together, you're gonna have a lip. Okay. So I might have put that lip round the wrong way looking at it. So yeah, I did. So this was the one. The second scoring that has to be the other way around, like that. So what happens is you've got a 7 centimetre section there, then you've got a 1 centimetre and a 5 and a 5 at the bottom. So the top and the bottom, I wish I could show you from the top. So the top and the bottom are going to be 5 centimetres, and this is the front edge. So the cards are going to stand on this lip. This is the lip that catches them. So we need to glue that lip down. So we're just going to run along that 1 centimetre section there where there's 2 score lines. We're just going to run the tape all the way along that. Remove the top section of the tape and then just fold it over and back like that. You can just fold it all over, don't worry, and then pull it back. That's fine as well. Just burnish it to make sure it's in. So now it'll stay in place. So this bit is our top section that the cards are sitting on here. This is going to get adhered to the back, and that's going to get adhered to the back. Okay, so that's one section, and now we'll make the bottom section. So the bottom section, again, you need your card around this way, and you're going to score this one at, can't remember, what was it, 1, 11, 12 and 20. So you can tell straight away by saying that 11 and 12 are going to be the lip. So 1, 11, 12 and 20. So again, we'll fold all the scores. I can never work out which one it is. So we'll just fold them all, and then one of them is going to go the other way. Like this. Let's see if I can be clever. So no, I can't be clever, can't work it out. And I invented it. There's a worry, isn't it? So this is going to be the section that has the lip in it. We just need to work out which way the lip's got to go. So we're going to fold it back that way. I think I folded them both the wrong way, which is just typical. But you'll work it out, and I'll tell you how. Fold it that way, so they're going both ways. Come on, fold. Don't want to fold. Okay, we've got our lip now. The way you'll know is this section is a lot bigger. Okay, so we're going to have it going down, so it's going to be a mountain fold there, and then this section. Actually, I think it might be. No, it's right. So we need to glue this section down. This is the top bit, so the other bit that we made is going to sit on top of this one on here, across this panel, which we're going to glue together in a minute. So this one goes round, if I can kind of show you. This one's going down, this one's coming up like that, so we've made that little lip. So this is all flat, then it goes down, so we've got to have a mountain fold there, and it's just that one that's the valley. So it's the one that we scored at 11 that is the valley, and the others are mountains. So that one's the valley and the others are mountains, like that. So we're going to glue those down like we did before. So this one goes around the back. So we've got mountain, valley, mountain, mountain. Alright, so we just need to put a bit of tape in there to get that one to do that, like on the other one. So just going to run some tape down here, like so. And I'm just going to push that back like so, then pull it forward and give it a burnish. So now we've got our lip in there, like that. So we've got our lip now in there. Now we do need these to fold the other way, because I've glued it the wrong end. But you can, that's a good thing about it, is you can glue them around. So these ones are now going to change, because I did it wrong. So what we've got here is we've got our lip holding on to our things, okay? Or if I completely glued that the wrong way. Let me just work it out. Right, I've worked it out and I did it wrong, and I know why I did it wrong. Silly girl. So what you've got to do is, I had it all around the right way and everything was working, and then I flipped it over and folded all the things the other way, didn't I? So what you've got to do is you've got to have your 1, 11, 12 and 20. Now it's important that this 8 stays 8, and the reason that's a amount, so these are all going to be coming up towards you again, like I said, up to the sky, and it's that second one along. So number 11 is the mountain fold, and then this has to push down like this, so that we've got our 8. So what you need to do is you need to turn it over, otherwise it doesn't work, okay? So we've got our 8, and the 8 section is the bit that needs the lip on it. So you need to have the lip like that. You can see if you turn it over, the lip needs to be there. I don't know if you can see it, sorry, I can't get the camera any higher. So we need the lip to be like that. So we've got the 8 centimetre here. So we've got our 1, our 11 and 12. So the 11 is a valley and that's a mountain, but we have to turn it over to tape it so that we've got the uppy bits, and that comes towards the 8, not towards the 10. I did it on the back and I glued that to that. You don't glue that to that, you glue it to that. So the tape needed to go on this side. So when you've got it on the board, how I tell you how to score it, 1, 11, 12 and 20, make sure that this one is the valley fold at 11, and we're putting the tape between 11 and 12, and we're folding it to the right. So we're going that way, and then when you stand it up, you'll have it round the right way. So I'm really glad I made that mistake, because that hasn't happened. So it's obviously something that could have happened, and you'd have been like, what happened there then? So I'm glad I worked out what I did do wrong, and that I did do it wrong. And like I say, I don't edit it and make it perfect, because then you won't know what to do. So I like to keep my mistakes in. Now we're just going to fold that now towards the 8 side, so towards the right, like that. Give it a burnish, like so. Make sure that tape's on. Fold it over, open it up, and now we've got the right shape. So we've got our piece there, which now measures 7, because we lost a centimetre in that design, which is right, which is what we want it to be, because a little bit goes around the back. So they're all going to go around the back. So now what we do, we've got, this is the base one, so this one glues to the back. So this is the base section, the bottom tier if you like. So now we take our top tier that we just made earlier, and we turn that around to be how it would sit. So we've got the lip, we know that that's the way it should be because the lip is there. So that's the way that needs to sit. That one needs to sit with its lip like that. And then this one's going to stack on top of that one. So what you'll find, so you've got your 2 lips facing like that. So what you'll find is that you've got 2 bits that are going to come together like this, and they are going to get glued like that at the back. So we need to add some, and I'm going to do wet glue because it has to be level. We want all these side pieces now. We don't want it to be wonky like this, exaggerated. We want it to be level. So I'm going to put wet glue just on this bit, and it's going to go up to that section there. So let's just do that. So the lips are facing up. You've got your lip here, and we're just putting glue on this one here to go on there like that, and then that will come round. I've folded it flat. That will come round. Alright, so just fold the bottom one flat, and then put glue on the base only, but not this section here, not that little lip section. So we're going to do this like so. Put glue all on there, and that's why I like to use wet glue, because it's got manoeuvrability. So we're going to pop that on the edge. Now you can either use fold to fold or edge to edge. Edge to edge I would suggest, and then just make sure that they are completely in line. It's really important, this section. You don't want it to be off skew width. So move that over a bit. Make sure that's coming back. You can really move it about for a little bit, which is really handy. I might check the back to see if that all looks square. That looks fine. So when you're happy that you've glued that in the right place, you can then give it a little burnish down, let that glue take, and then we'll have our sections glued together like this. So we've got this really weird shape going on, but there are our two top sections like so. So we've got those going on there. So now what we're going to do with these is on the one that's got the 10 centimetre, so the bottom one here, we're going to flip it over, and we've got our 10 centimetre section there. We're going to add, so this is the base one. I could have done it before I glued the two together. So this is our base one, and we're going to add a strip each side of this. Okay. So just so as you can see exactly what it is. So this is the top section, this was the bottom. So we've got our bit here that's got the 10 centimetre section. Okay, this is the one we've just glued on the top, and the glue is not dry, so I'm wrecking it. So we're going to flip it over, and we're going to add to the back two sections. Now what we're going to do is just put some of the skinny tape on both ends of both these pieces. If I take it off there, I'll be able to see it better. So I'm just going to pop red liner tape top and bottom of these. It doesn't matter if they're not all the way to the ends. Just get it as close as you can. See that one missed? That one went over. That's such a wonky donkey, aren't I? Just snip that bit off. It's no good 21, that piece. That'll stick to something I don't want it to later. Just make sure that they're down. No, it's easier to get the back tape off then again. So now you can do your check again. Just keep double checking, triple checking that you've got your stand up the right way. This is where the cards are going to sit on here. Turn it over, and on that 10 centimetre section, like so, we're going to add these to each end. And don't get it on the fold lines. And that's why you cut it a little bit smaller than 10. Although it's 10 centimetres, you want it to fit in this gap without it obstructing. So it goes right up to the edge, and in the centre of that section there, like that. And then this one does the same on the other side. It will all become clear, I promise. We're nearly done. Like that. Okay, so there we are, we have our base. So we now need to add this to the base. Let's bring the base back in like this. Now this is the front, so this is the bottom part where you've got that fold. The top part is just a whole sheet of A4. So we've got our piece like this, and then we need to add this. We've got a section here that gets added, but we'll do that last. Okay, so that one there we won't be doing. This is the front, so these are how it goes. So it's going to fold up like this. We're going to let it fall down, and we're going to let that one fall down. So if I turn it over, what we've got these two now stuck together. We're going to open those up. That's where we put the base one on the top one. We're going to open those two up. So we've got these two like this, and then we've got this one here. So they're all going to go and get themselves glued to the back. So we're going to turn it over. And what we're going to do is we're going to add wet glue. I think we'll use wet glue. Just going to get this one to fold down. I'm going to put the back up to the side like this. Now we can measure 1 centimetre in like this. So 1 centimetre in from each edge like that. And that's how we're going to know where it fixes. Make sure that's down flat, everything's down flat. And then we can put glue now on all 3 of these pieces. So this one, and this one, and then we're going to flip it over and just glue it to that 1 centimetre using this guide as a 1 centimetre mark. You can mark your paper and put it on there, but that's where it's all going to go. And then this one's really easy at the end. So let's use wet glue so we don't have any disasters. I've been crafting forever, but I still have trouble lining up things like this, so I always like to use the wet glue. Tape, if you can use a mixture of both, it's really good. It's like gives it extra strength. So we've got plenty of glue on there. I'm going to flip it over, try and keep it up in the air until you're really close to the one, because you don't want to have excess glue everywhere. Get that to go in the 1 centimetre area. Just fold that in. That blue pen's coming out everywhere, isn't it? And then you need to, when it's folded flat, this is where you want the sides to be where they need to be. So I'm going to fold that down and then just check the top. It looks pretty much like it's in line to me. So if it was off skew width or anything like that, you've now got the chance to go back in and do that. Okay, so we're just going to rub all that down. And that will take a while to glue. Now you can fold it up and push it the other way and make sure you've got this one down. And then for the other one, it's inside. So because, oh, sorry, I knocked you. Because it's inside, you're going to have to put like a pokey tool or something inside. Oh, I moved it. No, no, no. See, I'm so impatient with glue, aren't I? You know this from all my other demos. Make sure I haven't gone off. You can tell by turning over to the very back. If you're not seeing anything down the side, you're good to go. So you can take a pokey tool or something. You're not going to be able to see what I'm doing, but I'm just getting that other half down there with a pokey tool. Turn it around. Not a pokey tool, scoring tool. Got a bit of glue on the edge there. It's bugging me, but we'll sort that out. So you can see now that we've got our stand is coming together. Okay, so it's all coming together. I've put that in the wrong place. I don't believe this. Today, what am I doing? It's got to be at 7. Oh my word! Luckily the glue wasn't dry. So we can put this down. We need to have that fold at 7. Like that. Oh my word, what am I like? I'm so sorry guys. Don't ignore that last section that I told you, and don't worry about the glue at the top. Why am I being so weird? So I'm going to pop that on at 7. Hopefully the glue's still going to move, but it's feeling a little bit dry. I might have to put some more on. Right, now we can try again. Oh dear, dear, dear. We needed to fold it. That's where I went wrong. I have to fold it back and then it hits the one. Didn't have it folded enough. So, tell you again, this section here goes at 7, or you fold it all to the left and then it get that section there. So this first lip sits at 1. Not the edge there, Sarah. The fold line. Sorry guys. You can redo it. So that's good. I don't want to start the whole demo again. So we'll just fix it, like fixing as you go. I'm gonna have to probably add some more glue to that one. So I think what we'll do is turn it over and see what it's looking like from the back. Seeing if we're wonky or not, because I've shifted it so much. Surprisingly, it's alright. It's okay because this gets covered up with another sheet. So if you do the same as what I just did, don't worry about it. But we do need to add some glue to these. They're not sticking. So we do need to put more glue onto these two. I don't want to play, but this one seems to have taken okay. So let's put some glue onto these two again. Operator error. Oh my like, having a moment today. It's because I've only made one. Probably should have practiced a bit more. Thought I had it. Okay, so now, because that one's in line, this one needs to be folded over. Don't go on there. Behave yourself. And then fold it over to there. Right, now, when you fold it all back though, you can see that's where I got the 1 centimetre from. Pop that on. It looks like it's quite well in line. And then again, go up through the centre of these. Get that in line. Got a right old mess going on, haven't I? And that's trying to glue itself to there. So, we're getting there because you can see now, when I stand it up, we've got our tiers. And they are all in the right place. And I'm glad I did it wrong, because I hope that helps you guys. Because imagine it was you, and you'd be like, oh no, I've ruined it. You haven't, because you can still go back in and undo it. Now this bit is easy, she says before she does it. And it is. So this very bottom lip, and this really wants to glue to that, it's very sticky. So I'm going to get that glue off. Hopefully I won't want to glue much in a minute. Right, so we're going to put some tape all the way down this end bit here. So this last one here. It's not tucked around or anything, it's just sitting up in the air. Remove that tape, get it back off the edge. What am I like? Pushing it all back onto itself because it's gone over the edge. I think I will be in a minute. So fold that flat, and then this one you just close the bottom onto it. And this is how it folds flat, and then we lift it up and it's all in. Okay, thank goodness we did it. So you can see it fold flat all ways, so it fold flat open like that. We can reinforce that one, didn't reinforce that one, and then you can fold it that way and it's all folding flat. Got a little bit of edge showing on this side, but it's really not too bad. Now the final bit of this puzzle, apart from putting another piece on the top, which we'll do at the end because it extends it longer, is putting the sides on, and that is, you know, should be easy. So make sure you've got them around the right way. So you've got your steps coming up like this. So this one's going to come in this side like that, and the other one's going to come in the other side. So we're just going to glue these to the back. Make sure that it's around the right way. You want the shorter point to be here with these tabs at the front. So you just need these tabs to be at the front. So we've got our two pieces like that. Do one at a time. Put them onto the back. Flip it over. And then add glue to this side where you've got the flap on it. So just going to glue to this side. Pop that on. All over. And then just glue that to that side. So you need to make sure that your card is up the right way. Go around the side now and check that it will fold round okay. Not put it on too tight to the back. Make sure the seam will come round. We can fold that back. Get that glue to take. And then put the other one on. So do it this way because then you know that's the way it's going to open. So make sure everything's right. And then glue this one on. And then apart from the top, we're done. I hope this is useful to you, and I really don't mind you making these and selling them made up. Don't sell like my ideas, credit me, etc, etc. You know, I am generous with my patterns and everything, but obviously don't make a business out of me, because that's rude. Okay, put this over to the front, make sure that folds around again, and it does. I just need to wait for that glue to dry. So while we're waiting for that glue to completely go off before we put the thing together, I'm just going to take one piece of card again and put it on portrait and score it at 7, and that's it. Fold that over, put some tape on the 7cm side, and just going to fold it over and close it like so. Nice and simple. And then you've got your little piece here that's going to go on the back, so we'll bring that in. Just going to bring the whole construction in. So we're going to pull these bits down, and it's just going to get glued to there. And what that does is that's giving us height to hold on to the cards. This is not very, if you've got a tall card at the back, then that's not very tall. I mean, it's optional if you only want to put small cards on the top, but I think you need to have a decent size. You know, it's going to be a decent size then to hold the cards. So it is optional. If you want to keep it A4 size when folded, don't do this. But I like to have that extra little bit of height at the back of mine. So where you've got the fold, the double thickness there, so the double thickness is at the top, and then this just slides onto the back. Just move around that, like that, pop that on, making sure it's in the centre and that you've not affected the sides or anything, working. A bit of rub down, and then that's it. So all you need to do now is put it together, and I need to stand up because I need to make sure that you can see what I'm doing to put it together. So on the sides here, where we put that extra little bit, do you remember underneath there, there's an extra panel that's just been taped top and bottom. I'll open it right up so you can see it. So that's the panel there where you put the 10cm strip, and then that just goes inside of there. Can't see because I'm holding it really awkward for the camera, so I can't really do it. I'll open it with that, hold it in now, and it does just slide in when you're not being awkward like me, and that just pushes in like that, and then round the front this one just slides in to the top there. Remember, that's why we only put tape on the bottom. So you can see you've got one panel side in, and then you do exactly the same for the other side. Swing it around. Sorry, stop wobbling please. Just slide that into that gap like so. And then this one just goes, got a bit tight there, this one just goes into the top section where that's open. Because we haven't opened it yet, you might need to put a pokey tool or something just to let it know where to go, and slide that one in. And then you can see you've got your stand, I'll keep it that way you can see it better, ready to display all your cards, and you've got your lips there that hold them in place. So from a side point of view it looks like that, and to collapse it you're just going to pull the sides away. I put them around the back because that folds up like that. They can pop around the back. If you didn't have the extension on the top here, that would be an A4 just to pop into a box to take to your market stalls, etc. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope the mistakes became clear when I fixed them, and good, you know, have a go, see how you get on, and let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching guys, bye.